always put things. So, as I said, I will always put I will always ensure that I don't let these people live in the fantasy they've created. As disgusting that fantasy is, I just want them to see themselves truly for what they are. And it's good that they're in this kind of, program where their job is to force people to be stimulated toward children. It's disgusting. You see that thing on top left. It's you see a kid. It took me 2 seconds. Boom. As soon as I look at it, boom. Stimulations, intense stimulation. I looked away. It was just it took me a second. Obviously, they obviously can turn it on and turn it off whenever they want. They can stimulate me and they can turn off the stimulation. They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want, and they've been known for doing this specific type of torture. Now, even though with me they try to match it to you when you were a kid, or understand, they're not there to. These people, their job is truly to break you down and utilize this specific type of torture they've done to others. They're not picking. These people involved and the people I'm hearing are just like, if you heard, even via the V2K, you understand these people are bottom feeders. If you see them in person, it's another level. It's just like, it's just the weakest shit. Sorry for the language, but it's just the trash. Human trash. But they're gonna get there. So it's not people I look at as like they're gonna be living in peace, right? I see them being depressive over nothing. I can see the mess they are, but I understand them involved in this program gives them this empowerment they don't really have in the real world. This empowerment gives them control that they don't really have in real life. So I understand, I see them as this trash, but they had to sell their soul to pedophiles, and I'm here to bring that back over and over and over and over. Now, bad things are going to happen to me. I know these people are so desperate to create a fantasy that's not real, and I'm constantly taking that away from them. They understand with my targeting, I'm not going to give the luxury they wanted to live off, right? Where these people are just, I'm subscribing to this. No, thank you to all the testimonials. Thank you for all the testimonials that they do this perfect type of torture. Now, they're going to feed off my torture because the reality is that they are the ones doing this nasty stimulation toward people and forcing you to experience these things. Now, my torment is not going to make their life any better. So I'm okay with them watching it, enjoying it. Living in it. Like, I will do all your things. You're just a bottom feeder. You can't even say Roy Moore. I understand. You're empowered, but you're really just not empowered. So, to all my target individuals, I always bring out the things that they don't want to hear. Now, listen to this testimonial from this woman who says that they aim this program of perversion toward children. I just want to say, this is the same program I'm in. I know I'm in that program. They want to create this fantasy where they say, oh, we matched it to you as a child. Now, of course, this is nonsensical. They do the pedophile type of torture. They stimulate people toward children. And on top of that, I'm not a child. So even if you try to rationalize it that way, it still sounds like BS. Now, these pedos by nature of manipulations are going to do everything possible to cover that up. Now, for me, they also have tried to create this fantasy of they're a bunch of feminists or something. No, that's not true. They're a bunch of contracted trash. The government has contracted to implement these things they've implemented onto others. I'm 100% sure that a lot of the people doing this to me will and have done it to women. So please listen, this reality, which is what they're trying to escape from, and their fictional world which they've created for themselves. Let's listen to the reality.
Wasn't the only one. And I knew we all get the same thing. This program is out there. Is called behavior modification for the undesirable, and that's one of the excuses this groups give for the neighbor TO join, deception. I learned to talk back, in my mind, during the process when I was awakened, and I would say demeaning things, that I cannot repeat it in this blog, you know what I mean. Since they had violated me for so long, I decided to aggravate them with words, in my mind, I can hear my own voice. I told them I'm going to make you pay for all of the years of torture that I've taken, and all you are going to hear is aggravation. For every single second of my privacy that you have taken away. From me and my family. Then said this: the slaves began a program of perversion. First was with my dog. I am very playful with my pet, and suddenly one day that I was petting him I felt strange, in the sense of the word. I thought, this is strange, and then afterwards that strange sensation continue. Then in that moment I realized that was impost, so I thought, look at this losers, don't know how to put me down, and they are doing this. So I told them that I know what you are trying to do, and I started laughing, and then I said again out loud, you'll never take my will, ass. So just to show them that I meant what I said, I kept playing with my dog, and even though that attacks continue, I don't let them get me. Today they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use. A people, better said young people, also
which has become the only form of exercise I have been able to do since 2015. And even that, I'm not able to do as much as I'd like due to the exhaustion every day, as well as the sexual assaults that make it difficult to walk at times. For the past 3 years, it has been all about survival, literally, just trying to keep myself alive to get me to the day when I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams. You can see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of images and videos when I close my eyes. Left feeling completely and severely numb for days, and I could barely fall. Additionally, I normally have very light periods and for only about external manipulation. It is not physiologically normal to just have repeated spontaneous orgasms all through the night like that, literally one right after another. And then it all made sense when I learned about microwave weapons. In 2015, I began to experience what some call V2K, or voice to skull. This involves the projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. Additionally, the targeting is all highly perverted and sexual, as well as destructive, severe.
People. I don't even know if there is. I don't know what the fuck. I make it so dramatic. It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting, disgusting, disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through weapons. I don't know. I don't care.
Target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds. And vice versa.
Target. It can make the target feel sexual arousal, or it can sort of turn off the target's sexuality.
Smoke, burning, dirty.
Sexuality. Turn off the target's sexuality.
was, then they started during the nights to run some kind of beam where suddenly I've been wakened. Groups give for the neighbor to join, deception. I learned to talk back, in my mind, during all of the years of torture that I've taken and all you are going for. So I told them that I know what you are trying to do, and I started laughing, and then I said again out loud, you'll never take my will, ass. So just to show them that I meant what I said, I kept playing with my dog, and even though that attacks continue, I don't let them get me. Today they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use of people, better said young people, also children and homosexuals. When I aggravated them, I usually called demeaning names, and one of them is referring to homosexuals. For me, all of the slaves are misfits, society haters, scumbags, etc. No, I don't have anything personal against them, homosexuals, but as my way to aggravate the slaves, and since they love to use children for the torture and stalking, street theater etc. Especially teenagers for the stalking at close range with an attitude, they are using them during my sleep in the perversion program, and so you can imagine what the slaves of torture are pretending to do to me. In the last days, as today September 9th, 07, anything I do, either watching TV or reading of whatever I'm doing, they brush me sort of say, I feel like I'm aroused all day and I feel the palpitations in my genitals, for what I'm thinking, and since the attack comes so quickly, I realized my programming has been set on auto, in their central computers, no